anxiety. Let's talk about it. Do anybody know anything called paralysis by analysis? Let me give you an example before I give you what it means, and then I'll go into my anxiety situation. Say if a Saturday is coming up and you have this event that you got to go to, you getting ready, you taking care of certain stuff and all that. Next thing you know, somebody that you really like asks you out on a date that same day. Okay, I got the event going on and I got this date. Next thing you know, like one of your friends say, hey, look, can you help me take care of such and such and all that? So now you got 3 things on a Saturday. And next thing you know, somebody else say, hey, look, can you help me out with this? Fixing certain stuff out, whatever. So now you got 4 things you got to do on that Saturday. Next thing you know, a family member say the same thing. Hey, look, I'm doing this, such and such or whatever. I would love for you to be there. So you're going to go through with that too. So you have all these plans on this one Saturday to a point where they started interfering with each other. So when that Saturday hit, literally, you will do nothing. You will literally do nothing. Your body will shut down because you got confused within all them assignments that you were going to do that Saturday. So that's what happens when it comes to paralysis by analysis. When you start thinking about certain stuff or whatever to a point where you start overthinking and then start piling on and on and on and whatever to the point your brain literally will shut down temporarily. Where I'm going at with this is a lot of people are going through stress. A lot of people are going through like a lot of anxiety attacks and all that. But they have to put that shit on pause because somebody needs them. Somebody want them to come into work or whatever, so they gotta clock in. They gotta hold back the tears or whatever to clock in. The worst feeling I've ever had. Say if I'm arguing with my girlfriend and all that, but yeah, I have to put that argument on pause, whatever, to clock in to work on something that have nothing to do with my emotions. So now I have to put my emotions on pause, whatever. So now that anxiety, whatever, and that animosity is gonna linger into my body, to a point where I'm going to shut down literally because I had to let that out somehow. But yet we're holding it in because society is saying your emotions mean less than what I need you to do for me at this moment. So when you go through anxiety, understand that is the most important thing that you have to deal with, because that anxiety is going to shut your body down. And it's going to end up into going through a depressional stage. You're going to start abusing yourself because you didn't get rid of that anxiety. And it's funny because a lot of people like going through anxiety attacks so much to the point where they normalize it. Now that's who they are. Now they don't even think they're going through anxiety attacks with them because they've been developing defense mode to a point where now it became who they are. This is why you see a lot of abusive people out here. This is why you see a lot of people like just beefing with each other. And I tell people this all the time, like, yo, you don't know what that next person is going through that you're arguing with. They might be going through a crazy situation, whatever, at home. They might be going through like a bill situation. So if you actually start arguing with them, they will find any way to lash out on you, even though you weren't the problem. I've seen a lot of that stuff happen. They will literally kill someone else because they're stressed out at home. They don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have anybody to listen to them or understand what they're going through. And I'll tell you a story about one of my good friends or whatever. I don't know where he at now because I haven't talked to him in a minute after I moved. But I still rock with him, man. He's still my guy. But I remember one time he had like a horrible attitude. Everybody was just talking mad junk about him and all that. But he was always a cool guy, but he just had like this attitude, like that was just unmanageable sometimes. So like, and I didn't really care either way. He was always like my guy and all that. So like basically whenever I go to talk to him, whenever I just talk to him, it is what it is. So next thing you know, like he started talking to me about certain stuff, and I just listened to him because I can hear the pain in his voice. So I knew something was wrong. So like he started saying some stuff like how he hate this job, whatever. He had beef with one of his friends and all that. So I just let him talk, and I just started asking him questions about how he feel about certain stuff and all that. But somewhere along the line, he started talking about his home. He said this. he don't feel his wife like him anymore. And when he said that, he stayed quiet for like a minute. And I didn't say a word. I just looked at him because I saw his facial expression show that he wanted to let something out. So I just waited for a minute. So next thing you know, I saw him tear up or whatever. I was like, hey, yo, man. So I was like, hey, yo, bro, just give me a hug, man. I was like legit, like, yo, give me a hug. Let it out. He legit started tearing on my shoulder, dog. Like, I just let it be. I couldn't do anything because I knew something was wrong. I knew something was going on. So when he started crying or whatever, I just let him talk. I just let him cry it out, whatever. So we was talking for like a minute, bro. A minute. So the next day, I saw him again or whatever. He walked up to me and he said, thank you for talking to me because I would have killed my wife when I got back home. All he needed was somebody to talk to him. All he needed was somebody to listen to him. The problem with people today is they rather judge somebody for a temporary attitude and push them away when all they need is a listening ear. We really need to understand what people are going through before we put them in a particular category. Because that's why a lot of people don't care for each other anymore. Because nobody is trying to get to know what's going on with them. We need to start loving each other, man. We need to start actually giving each other flowers before we die, man. It's worth more. I keep telling people that. But the problem with people today, man, they don't want to, man. They want that quick reaction. They don't want to take time anymore, whatever, and understand people and understand life, yo. We really need to do that, man, because people need other people. I don't care what anybody say. We need each other, yo. And the people that usually push other people away is the ones that we believe is the closest to us. And we have to stop doing that, yo, because that's why a lot of people are killing each other for no reason. Because if you look at the backstory of all these serial killers and all these gangsters or whatever, you know where their first problem came from? A dysfunctional household. But yet they take it out on the world because they didn't know how to deal with the people that they love. So they rather kill other people to feel validated within their own life. They rather harm other people to feel validated within their own life. It takes 10 minutes to allow somebody to just talk. 10 minutes. Let them do what they got to do and then ask them more questions. Ask them questions like if you really don't like the person or whatever, then don't deal with it. Don't be around them motherfuckers, man. Don't you shouldn't have to be around people whatever that you don't relate to or anything. But if you really do like these people whatever, why not just try to get to know them instead of trying to get them to know you? A lot of people, they just want to enforce what they believe and what they know whatever so they can bring them onto their life instead of trying to connect within each other. Let's stop doing that, yo. We need y'all. We need y'all to cry on or whatever. We need y'all to be happy. We need y'all to be mad sometimes, man. Life is not over just because you're mad sometimes. That's life. We have emotions. And if you don't, then you're not human. And I can't even say that because dogs have emotion. I've seen a bunch of I even seen some cats whatever get pissed off because, you know what I mean, they wife was, or they girlfriend, whatever them bitches was. There was two-timing these niggas or whatever that was feeding them and shit. I'm going to show y'all that video too and all that. That shit broke my heart. Know what I mean? I seen penguins or whatever fight it out to the death. Know what I mean? And we all seen that situation, whatever. The dude started smashing after he won the fight. Listen, man, we all have emotions, man. We're the only people that criticize other people because they're going through certain stuff. Because you don't like the way they're acting at the moment or whatever. So now you're going to shun them and talk about them and just push them away. If you don't like them, leave them alone. If you do like them, you'll understand every bit of emotion that they go through. That's all I gotta say, man. Paralysis by analysis. That's what a lot of people are going through. But there's an easy way you can get out of that shit. Just have people that love you, whatever that is, willing to have you open up to them. That can relieve a lot of stuff, believe it or not.